Good morning. Good morning. Getting started on this Tahoe behind me. It's in pretty good shape, but it's gonna need some polishing and stuff. This will be my third full coating job of the week. So things are going good. The one outlier is that they are predicting for us to get 12 inches of rain in the next 4 to 5 days. So that's going to be interesting. My property here isn't particularly flood prone at all, but at the same time, 12 inches is a massive, massive amount of rain. The wind is just absolutely knock you over nonsense going on out there. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. I mean, I still have people with, like, maintenance packages and stuff that are are scheduled. So hey, if they want to reschedule, that's up to them. If not, I'm definitely not going to kick them off the schedule. They've waited this long. I want to talk about this. I am I'm one of those people that I convinced myself many years ago that I would never sit around and have an empty schedule again. Like I made that decision that the only time I was going to have an empty schedule is if I chose to have an empty schedule for a vacation, something like that. I would, that's the only time I was going to have an empty schedule. And it's been hard. It's been kind of difficult, but it's amazing how my actions after I made that decision started aligning with that decision. And I get a little frustrated with it as I get a little angry about this because I hate hearing about detailers who have empty schedules. I hate seeing people not having their schedules filled up. So there's always something better to do in your business than sit around and wait for the phone to ring. There's always something you can do besides sit around and wait for the phone to ring. In fact, it's one of my big pet peeves in life is whenever detailers they need business, their schedule's empty and they're just sitting around waiting. They're not actually taking any action to rectify the problem. So I'm going to give you five things that you can do right now. The things that I would, and I kid you not, if my schedule was not full right now, I would be doing these things instead of recording this video. Because if you have time on the schedule, you have time to do all of this. First of all, I would get into my client list. Number one, you guys hear that wind? That's just insanity. I'm trying to, let it dry out my floor a little bit before I have to close it down when the rain starts, but it's probably 40, 50 mile an hour gust right now. First of all, number one, call everyone. I would get in my client, and I've done this before. I would get in my client list. I would start calling people. Those I couldn't reach by the phone, I would send them an email. And I was almost like a telemarketer because I would sit there for hours calling people, seeing if they needed something done. Do you need a detail? Do you need a maintenance package? Do you need an interior? You want your boat detailed? Want to drop an RV in here? I don't care. I need to get stuff on the schedule. And it filled me up with work. Wasn't always great work. It wasn't the pick of the litter. It wasn't stuff that I was like drooling at the mouth to get my hands on. But it was work. It brought in cash flow. It brought in things that I could make content out of. And it brought money into the shop and it filled up the schedule. It wasn't always pick of the litter, but it was work. It was appointments, it was bookings that brought cash in. And when I say cash, I mean cash flow, money into the bank account. It's uncomfortable. I've recommended this to a lot of people. Don't know of anyone who has, to the full sended effect, taken me up on this because it's super uncomfortable. And detailers nowadays just want to like, bloop, 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 post something on Facebook or whatever and their schedule fill up, and that usually doesn't work. But this does work because you're personally reaching out to people. If you have more than a couple hundred people in your client list and your schedule's empty, get on the phone. Get on the phone. Start reaching out to current customers first, warm leads second, cold leads last. And you'd be shocked how quickly you're going to fill your shop up with detailing and simple stuff. Call everyone. Everyone. The worst thing they can say no. They're already not on the schedule, so the worst thing that can happen is they'll still not be on the schedule. Next one is to create a special offer. And I have never understood why, but the mentality behind this is that I've got to do something that I lose a bunch of money on. I make more money off special offers than I do my standard services because I specifically design it to be something that can be done quickly, easily, simply, with great value. Great value for the customer. And I build it so that it's something that I can do quickly and easily. It doesn't take up a lot of my time. Create a special offer. And then the thing is, you can write whatever you want on a piece of paper or a Word document or a Google Sheet or whatever. If you don't get out there and market it and you don't bring it to your followers and your customers and all that stuff, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist if it's just in your head and you're just hoping people are going to pop up and buy from you. So what you do is you can even flip this, make the special offer first, and then start calling everyone and see if they're interested in the special offer. Make it limited time frame. Like, throw everything you can of value into it to get people to move. Don't just sit back and hope and wait and just maybe something will happen. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. The inactivity is why you're hurting. Start a new marketing campaign. Yes, I mean, I have the marketing blitz template in CPD for all you CPD members. I have done this probably a dozen plus times. And the last 3 times I have averaged over $20,000 in sales with usually around a $400 to $500 ad spend. Average. But when I do it, I don't play around with it. It's not some fun game. It's not something I do just to, get attention a little bit or something like that. I don't do that. When I do it, I go all in and go through the entire process, and I trust in the system, and I'll get some low hanging fruit the first couple days, but it's usually not till the 3rd or 4th week of this system that the sales start to really roll in. because that's how it works. Okay. Nice. Yeah. I mean, contact everyone you know. Everyone. Everyone. Put it on a hood 50-50 and showcase what it does. Like, don't just tell them, show them, man. Show them, my friend. But start a marketing campaign. Not a marketing campaign is completely different than throwing up a lazy Facebook ad, boosting it for 40 bucks and hoping for the best. A marketing campaign has a goal, it has a purpose, it even has a name, and you put everything you have into it. I've never known someone to do an actual marketing campaign, put their heart, soul, and mind in it, and it not produce in this industry. Very few people will do it. A lot of people will start it. They'll realize, oh crap, this is actually a lot of work, and I've got to stay on top of this. And then they just let it fizzle out and they never get any result from it. But if you do an actual marketing campaign, it's like turning on a spigot of business and money. Number 4, learn a new skill. And when I say learn a new skill, I don't mean just watch some YouTube videos on it. Like if you're going to learn photography, how to take better pictures with your cell phone, you don't just do that. You go practice it and implement it and you use it in your marketing and see what the result is. If you're going to learn how to write ad copy, you learn it and then you go implement it. Because that's how it's going to go from head knowledge to applicable knowledge. And I'm the one that said I would be doing these things if I didn't have my schedule full. And I've done all of this. Every single bit of this I have done before. And it's worked beautifully, but it took actual action and not just thinking about it and wanting it. Hey, what's up, brother? Number 5, network. Okay. And when I say this, first of all, locally, go beat the streets, man. Talk to every tire shop, tune up shop, window tint shop. If you don't provide that, go in there and hand out business cards, offer them a free wash. If the owner of the mechanic shop, give them a free wash clay seal. Um, like go out there and just provide incredible value to your community. Go to your chamber of commerce, and if they charge $800 a year for a membership and they have 4 employees, offer every employee an express detail in exchange for a membership. Just go hog wild networking, and not in the detailing industry. In the detailing industry, the only networking you need to be doing right now is maybe joining something like CPD, or um, joining something that's going to help you learn business and give you tools to help you sell, to help you fill that schedule, or pay someone for coaching or mentorship that's going to push you and hold you accountable and help you to get more sales. I've said this before, I'll say it again. If it's not filling up your schedule and your schedule is empty, it's a waste of your time. And the only thing you need to be focusing on is things that help you fill up that schedule. People say, "Oh, my schedule is empty and no one's buying, Mark." Okay, um, I'm just saying, little fun tool here. You go to someone's Facebook page, their business page. I can do it right now. Let's see. You click on About. You click Page Transparency. Click See All. Then it says this page is currently running ads. Go to ad library. You can see the ads that page is running right now. You know where I'm going with this? Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going with this. If you're sitting there telling me that no one's buying, no one's contacting you, things are bad, etc., 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 but you're doing nothing to drive traffic to your business, I mean, if you're a CPD member, the retargeting ads training, I show you exactly how to set up a simple retargeting campaign where you pay like $5 to $10 a day to get in front of all your followers, all your website visitors, anyone who's engaged in your page for the last, I think you can do up to a year now. For practically nothing, you can keep reactivating those customers and re-engaging them. And if you're not doing that, I mean, honestly, if you can't afford $5 a day, you definitely need to go do the other 5 things that I've talked about in this video. I had to stop this, okay, too, as well, okay? So I'll get into this. I'll touch base on this real quick. I had to stop this also. But, and I know people don't want to hear this. Stop hiding behind the wall of excuses. Oh, my market sucks. My competitors are too strong. No one wants to buy. People don't have the money. Well, stop shopping with your own wallet, first of all. And secondly, anytime you take that victimhood mentality, you are self sabotaging. You are self sabotaging. It's just, and I'll use this an example. People who they won't join CPD because it costs $400, but they say they need to do the things that we teach you exactly how to do in CPD, and they're losing hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars in potential sales every day that their shop isn't full. And really, the question is not how much does CPD cost? It's really how much are you losing by not implementing what's inside of it. And I run into this all the time. And listen, if you can't afford it, I mean, there was a place where I couldn't afford it. Although if it would have, the whole thing when I built CPD with Jonathan Munson and Mike Meaden, um, the whole thing when we built it, and my goal always has been to be the resource that I would have done anything for back when I was trying to build my business, but it didn't exist in the detailing industry. So I had to actually go outside the detailing industry to find mentorship and coaching and all this stuff. I had to go outside the industry. And I'm glad I did because it opened me to a totally different perspective and way of thinking of stuff and all that other things. But if I kind of built this so that if I saw CPD a decade ago, I would have pulled out my business credit card so fast it would have made head spin. Like I wouldn't have even hesitated to do it because I needed the tools within to help me to grow and progress, and it didn't exist inside the detailing industry. So if you're in that tough spot, yeah, it would be great if you logged off this, signed up for CPD, and used that. That would be great. But even if you cannot or will not do that, I'm going to give you extraordinary value either way. Yeah, listen, man, I'm not joking you on this. I'm not, because I'm more experienced. I'm not just saying it. It is simple. Once you get it set up, it is atrociously simple to run retargeting ads. Takes maybe an hour to set everything up. Maybe if you're totally unfamiliar with Facebook ads, audiences, stuff like that, it would maybe take you an hour to set up. And once it's set up, it is atrociously, ridiculously simple. So even if you are not willing to go to the link in this post, join CPD, and start learning from there and implementing from there, I'm going to reiterate the 5 points in this. These are the things I would literally be doing right now instead of this video if my shop was not full to the gills. Call everyone. Literally everyone on my client list. I would call them, email them, text message them if you have that sort of relationship with them. Some people don't like that. They would prefer a phone call. I would create a special offer. Listen, we all have the shelf. We all have the shelf full of products, old coatings, whatever, that we could whip out and put on probably 50 cars with what we have sitting around. So don't say you don't have the product, you don't have the tools or whatever. I mean, go on Autoality and order some McKee's 37, which is a dirt cheap ceramic coating that actually it for what you pay for it does pretty good. Create a special offer. Make it so incredible. Just keep stacking the value on it until people buy. Start a new marketing campaign. This is not throw a lazy, half-hearted Facebook ad out there for $30 budget over a week and hope for the best. Put some money into it, put some time, put some effort, put some thought. If you're a CPD member, go through the whole Blitz marketing template and put everything you have. You'll find that an actual marketing campaign is it's hard and it's time consuming, and the payoff is incredible, but it's hard. But the more you do it, the more customers get used to it, the higher your returns will be on it. Learn a new skill, ad copy, photography, sales, whatever. Don't just watch some YouTube video on it. Go practice it in the real world and see if it doesn't start making a difference almost immediately. Network, either locally in your own business or go get a coach. Get a coach, get a mentor, join something like CPD where you can just do it at your own pace and you don't have, I mean, CPD is basically 125 plus videos of coaching with me and Jonathan Munson that you don't have to pay the price of one-on-one coaching for. It's it's fantastic. And you can literally sign up for that in 5 minutes. You could click on the link right now and go sign up for it, and you could be in that content in 5 minutes, starting out learning things that will just rock your world, especially if you've not been around business training and courses and stuff like that before. Stuff you've never thought of, especially if you're new to this business, that would get you moving. But listen, here's my closing point. There is always, and I do mean with no exception, always something you can do rather than sit around and wait for the phone to ring. Always. I made a decision years ago that my schedule would never be empty unless I wanted it to be empty for days off, holidays, etc., etc. Vacation. Now, there's always outliers. Someone has an emergency, they have to cancel, blah blah blah. Things like that do happen. But as far as having an empty schedule because I wasn't out there marketing and selling and all that stuff, nope, it don't happen. It doesn't happen. I don't care how far out I'm booked, I'm still marketing like I'm broke. It's just a mindset I took on that served me really well. All right, crew, I got to get off of here. I got to start, I got to give this thing some clay and scrub the trim down. It's got some spots before I start polishing. So I'm going to get off here. If you have any questions, shoot me a message, put it in the comments. If it's, you know, something personal, you're struggling or something like that, shoot me a private message. I'm the hip of detailing. Um, I I've heard it all, and I never name names. So if you just need to vent on it, just shoot me a message. My response is probably going to encourage you to take action. No, not just you need to join CPD, but it's going to encourage you to take action. But I'm more than open to that if you need that. You all have a great day. We'll talk to you.